If you want to know the history of Saudi Arabia, they were a critical component to the establishment of the state of Israel. Because in 1915, basically the British acquired Palestine in World War I, basically, at the end of World War I. And who had it before the British? It was the Ottomans, the Ottoman Caliphate. The Wahhabis were the diehard enemies of the Ottomans.
Yep.
And what the Ottomans did, like as the Caliphate, the only Caliphate at that time, the Ottomans declared jihad against the British, basically, because the British were invading and threatening to completely destroy the Caliphate and wipe out the Ottomans. They declared jihad, like globally, we need to fight the British to defend Muslim lands. And what the Wahhabis did, okay, their top mufti, like their top scholar, his name is Ibn Sahman, he issued a fatwa saying the Muslims should not defend the Ottoman Caliphate. They should actually side with the British because the Ottomans are apostates and they should, basically be destroyed. And the British are actually closer to true Islam because they're Christians. And so they made a treaty. It was called the Treaty of Dareen. And it was basically non-aggression. We're not going to attack the British. In fact, the British armed the Wahhabis and the proto-Saudi state. And they sent them 20,000 pounds in gold to Abdulaziz ibn Saud, who's the founder of modern Saudi Arabia. Now, what the agreement was with the British was that Abdulaziz ibn Saud would attack other Arab tribes that were aligned with the Ottomans and basically create a civil war situation where these Arab tribes in Arabia are too busy defending themselves from the Wahhabis. The Ottomans were defeated in Jerusalem because they couldn't get the backup, the Arab backup. Why? Because the Wahhabis were attacking from the south. Why were the British interested in taking Palestine? It was the Balfour Declaration. It was the Rothschilds. They had signed over Palestine to be a homeland for that was the Balfour Declaration, 1917. And that's why the British were interested in taking Palestine in the first place, is because they wanted to hand it over to the Zionists in Britain and elsewhere. The founder of Saudi Arabia was a critical component of what eventually became the State of Israel, was the contribution from the Saudis and the Wahhabis.